have with us Cami Matson, who is Director of Community Relations for Cox Communications. And Cami, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's great to see you, and of course you and I worked together last year when I was able to come down and visit the film program, and then of course we had a great time at the San Diego Film Festival where our military kids with autism who completed the program were able to premiere their film that they made and learned how to make, Shannon.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Welcome to the show, Cami. And I have to start by saying to you, I think it's remarkable that Cox Communications has sponsored this and is sponsoring it again this year. And I just have to ask, why? Why is this program so important to Cox Communication? And why do you feel that it's important to your community?
Well, first of all, we've identified military, youth, and education as our three focus areas for community, and this hits all three. Also, we look at our communications technology as an asset to further social objectives or to help the community. So you take this film camp, which is really entertainment. We're about entertainment. It's kids who are underserved, desiring inclusion. It's part of our core values. It just hit on so many levels with Cox that it became a very natural component. And then the idea that we could create a camp out of our own campus here and engage employees just was the icing on top of the cake.
Well, it's remarkable.
I know. And Cami, you talked about doing it on the campus there at Cox. Shannon, I hope you can come down this year. It's such a great environment for the kids. And Cami, I know that you saw a lot of the families benefit from this experience, and we'll talk about that. Tell us how your employees benefited from this experience.
Well, we had over 100 employees volunteering for this, and it made such a huge difference. Right here on the campus in Kearny Mesa, we have our call center, and those employees don't get away from their desks very often. So the fact that they could step away from the call center and volunteer for a couple hours or help at lunch was huge. These are folks that don't get out during the regular working day. And so instead of it being an obstacle, because parking was closed down, certain meeting spaces were closed down, there were certainly obstacles. I heard none of it. I've only heard the blessing that it brought to the organization, the feel good, the gratitude, and that has lived on throughout the whole year. And that's why we want to do it again, because it was heartfelt. I had employees in tears, and so appreciative and grateful for the opportunity.
That's wonderful. Do you have any personal memories from last year that have stuck with you, Cami, from the families and their appreciation or what the kids said to you?
I have so many memories. So I'll start with this, is when the kids first came in, and many of these families have shared with me that their child has never felt included, they feel different, they don't fit in, and this opportunity allowed them to feel included. And so a shyness or an awkwardness that was in the beginning completely melted away as the program progressed. Kids were singing and dancing, taking lead roles, working with animation, working with filming, editing, all of this. And they came alive. They believed in themselves. They felt like, I'm not so different. I have talent. I have skills. I can do anything. I have no boundaries or obstacles. So to see them blossom over a 2-week period, and to see the crew and the people all supporting and loving them in a safe environment, that really stood out. And I was really grateful to see that. And then to see the tears of the parents on the end when they saw the film and saw the changes in their child and the siblings that also were involved.
Yes, I forgot to mention. Cami, we allow the siblings to participate.
Which is really amazing.
The typical siblings are allowed to participate with their siblings on the spectrum, which is also just amazing, isn't it, Cami?
Well, it's really great because sometimes those siblings are not front and center, or they don't know how to interact with their autistic brother or sister. And this gave them the perfect platform to interact and be part of a whole family, not this child and all their separate needs. It was really an inclusive family activity. And so they they all got to feel that benefit of the camp. So
absolutely amazing. And I know you must have heard a lot of things back from the families. I know I had an opportunity to talk to Shannon Strayhorn.
Yes.
And what an amazing mom. And she just talked endlessly about what a difference it made with her child that has been ongoing, that now they've moved away, and that her daughter is still involved in drama and doing all kinds of things. I'm wondering, what kinds of feedback did you get from the families?
I think the same type of feedback, that the children have gone on to do drama in their school, or to engage with animation, or to consider what they want to do when they grow up, where options weren't even thought about. And it is really a progression. When we look at Danny, who came down and supported the animation and taught the animation, she was on the spectrum. She was on the spectrum, and for them to see that she had her own company, her own animation company, showed them where they could go, what they could do, and that there were no boundaries and limitations. And so you just hear about the children getting involved more in school, getting more involved in what their special interest might be, whether that be filmmaking or other technology capabilities or opportunities. So, I mean, I've just heard wonderful things, and they're clamoring to get back involved.
And we want to say that we do still have some openings for this year's camp. And it's coming up June 19th is the first day. I don't have it right in front of me.
I believe it's June 17th.
Okay, June 17th. Anyway, you can go on our website, go on act-today.org. You will see a link there. You'll see a page for the Autism Film Camp for military children, and we do have some spaces left. It's filling up fast. Word has gotten out about this amazing program, and Cammie, we are really looking forward to another year. What are your hopes for this year?
Well, my hopes for this year is that we use this as an opportunity to let more people in San Diego County know about autism, the spectrum, and how the community can help. So I would like to see not only new kids involved, but the community to be aware of what they can do to help, and just, heightening that awareness factor. And so I think those are my new goals for this year.
Thank you, Cammie, so much. And thank you and all of the good people at Cox Communications for being examples of the change that we would like to see in the world for our young people with autism, particularly those from military families. Thank you for joining us, Cammie.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.